Yeah, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, stacking my coin, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cash. Since I was born, been stacking my coin. These niggas pop, my money keep growing. The girl is a dot, she all on my groin. Keep blowing my horn, we fuck like porn. These rappers is whack, they lyrics is corn. I'm getting this money, it never get born. I'm loading my strap, they calling the law. Fuck around and get clapped for running your jaw. If it ain't about the dollars and it don't make sense. Got me sipping brown water, but it ain't from Flint. Trying to chase all this bread, though the shit won't last. About to shut the city down like a crypto crash.
Yo, it's crypto blood, Detroit flow, screaming from the D, knowing what to show. Indicators are wrong point, OG since 12, invested in trade, living life like a pro. I'm Rucker, Jerry, it's just blood too. Bad motherfucker in a good way, boo. Got my eyes on the charts, ain't no time to sleep. Get that money, gotta keep it creep. That's my crypto blood, twist the toasters on the line. Stacking my coin, got the market on my mind. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum too. Cash is king, but I'm looking for a new move. I know the culture of the markets like the streets. Got my finger on the pulse, can't nobody beat. I see the trends, I see the flow. Got my strategies in place, you know.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live. Okay.
Ladies and gents, we're doing it live. We're doing it live. Welcome to the show. Oh my God, what do we have on deck? Money printing is going on, ladies and gentlemen. Bloodalytics. Oh Lord, you're missing out. I had a couple people actually sign up over the weekend, taking advantage of that Black Friday sale, 50% off. Hope you were one of them. Glad to have you guys on board. And listen, I hope you traded it. The ones that sign up, I hope you were trading the signal, because boy, you would have made out big. Listen, this is I in the last 4 days, I've made 50% of my profits for the year up until this point. 50% of my profits have been made over the last 3 to 4 days, going down and now back up. We'll take a look at the signals here in a second. Hit that like button on the way in. Hit that like button. Bloodalytics.com. Link is in the description below. Go check that site out today. The Black Friday sale is not active anymore, but it's still well worth it. Check it out, Bloodalytics. You guys know, if you don't know, now you know. We use Scalpalytics Pro during the live streams to try to give you guys some free trades when I can. But yeah, definitely check it out. We got Mike P in the building. We got Jason Lynn's my guy. Hyben in the house. Hyben, how you doing there, brother? Now, I'm going to just forewarn all of you right now. If you don't know, let me tell you right now. The biggest rallies happen in a bear market. Those are the biggest rallies to the upside. The biggest drops are in a bull market. So keep that in mind when looking at this market today, because it is rallying hard. Let's get over to MGBX really quickly and show you the dashboard of the market overview. We got Bitcoin up 8% today, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, 8%. That is insane. Ethereum up 10%. Solana, my favorite, up almost 11%. Crazy rally today. What do you do with this? Do you buy more? I hope you were buying when it was low. I'll show the chart really quickly, and then we'll go over the Bloodalytics chart. The Scalpalytics Pro, I should say. But if we take a look at the Bloodalytics chart, so on Sunday we had a huge drop off, and I actually was meaning to tweet this out. I would have been wrong, but wrong by 1 day. I thought we would get the traverse on Monday, the rally back up to fill this void, because essentially this was kind of like a gap. This was a what do you call those in Forex? We used to call them gap down. This was a gap down scenario if we were in Forex, meaning, this, we wouldn't have seen this until the open on Sunday. So there would have been a gap between, basically Friday, which was here. There would have been a gap between here and let's see, it would have been a gap between here and about here, a gap down. So normally what do markets do? They fill the gap. And what are we doing right now? We're filling the gap. But because crypto works all day, every day, you don't get those gap up and gap downs from Friday close to Sunday open. But the same thing, the same concept still remains the same. You're going to get that fill of the gap, at least some of it, possibly all of it. But I knew we would get a rally back up, especially seeing that we hit that 84K on Bitcoin. Shout out to Trade Intuition in the building. What's going on, my guy? That's right, man. Easiest way to show support, guys, is to hit that like button and share the stream. If you're watching on X, go ahead and follow me as well. Would greatly appreciate it. So, yeah, guys, it's a classic fill the gap situation that we have going on right now with Bitcoin and the crypto markets. Again, your biggest rallies are in the bear market. Now, where are we now? It's very important, critical area. Very important and critical area. We are back to the trend line that we broke over on Sunday. Not a lot of participation. Most players were not in the market. So when you see this drop like that, you get a feel, as I stated. But now we're back here at this trend line. I personally think we don't get back above, or if we do get above this trend line, it won't be for long. It'll be a move like we get a pump fake and then we roll over, and we have to wait for the confirmation, because normally it doesn't get rejected on the first one and then that's it. You usually get a attempt, roll back, another attempt, then a roll down. That's normally what happens. And then we'll probably get a third attempt and a last attempt. Once we reject here, we're going to get another test at this trend line here, over in this area right here at some point. So that's projecting out into the future, like next weekend, somewhere around there, we should get another attempt. But the main opportunity for a bullish move would have been to get above, and I'll change the color so we understand and we're on the same page with this here. Let's change this to an orange, Bitcoin orange. So the Bitcoin orange line is the one we actually need to get above and stay above for it to be I would say, very bullish signal. If we get rejection twice, roll over, we'll try the pink fuchsia line in the future, maybe later next week, early this coming weekend, later next week. We'll try to attempt at this line. But at that point, the window of opportunity for a bullish signal would have been lost. Okay. So great move up, a lot of short covering, short squeezing, all that involved in this rally back up. But at the end of the day, I think we get stopped at this orange line right here. I really do think we don't get back above there. And if we do, it will be a pump fake. So just be careful. Don't get ahead of it. We may bleed into the orange line a little bit. You got to see a full 6 to 8 hours above this, maybe even a day. I'm going to be honest with you. You see a whole day above this, orange line, then maybe you can buy and then set your stops below it. But from my experience, ladies and gentlemen, in these markets, I see a rejection at this orange line. Now, it doesn't matter to us because Bloodalytics, ladies and gentlemen, we've been killing it. We've been killing it. So if we go back, we start over the weekend or on Monday would have been a wash. We kind of went back and forth because the markets were trying to figure out which direction they wanted to go. So yesterday was a wash, but we made up on it. If you were trading the Eurozone, you definitely made up for it today. Absolutely killed it today. Up, pretty much got all the rally on the Scalpalytics Pro. Went long this morning at would have went long at 6 a.m. this morning and got almost 5% on this trade. Took the trade here, 50% profit, take profit here, another 25% right here. Okay. Ethereum. Similar scenario, less of a wash for yesterday's trade, because actually yesterday we didn't even take a trade until it would have been after hours for me. I don't trade after the New York zone, so I wouldn't have even taken this trade right here. But you could have traded the Euro zone, which I suggest trading Euro, mid to beginning of Euro, and for sure trade the US zone. So we took the trade right here, long at 4 a.m. this morning on Ethereum. 50% take profit here, another 25% take profit here, and another 25% profit right here. Collecting it, making it happen. Full Moon Thursday. What does this mean, Blood, for your Moonalytics and crypto? Yo, good question. Moonalytics, let's see. Let's take a look at Moonalytics, which is available to you as well on bloodalytics.com. All you gotta do is scroll down below the Scalpalytics signals. You'll see Moonalytics. You actually get, this is a very good deal because you get two charts. You get Bitcoin and Ethereum. I know it says Bitcoin only. I don't know why I have not updated that, but you get a Bitcoin and Ethereum signal with this right here, the Moonalytics. So if I load up Moonalytics and see what is happening there, just give me 1 second. Hit that like button as I load up Moonalytics signals right now. Okay, so here's the Moonalytics cycle from previous. So the previous cycle was on Thursday, November 20th, which was a well, I call it a blood moon, but it wasn't a blood moon. It was a bearish moon. And look at that, right on point, ladies and gentlemen. Right on it. If you were on using Moonalytics signal, you would be making so much bank right now because you would have gone short on the signal on a bearish moon here, right here. Boom. Take 50% of your profit or 25% of your profits right here, another 25% here. Then we added another short here to take another 25%, another 25% here. So major money being made. Now the next cycle is coming up, as Crypto Yo mentioned, which would be a bullish signal or bullish moon. It will be a bullish moon. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. So Crypto Yo, the next moon lunar cycle is a bullish one. But we'll have to see what happens. I still think ultimately what you have to pay attention to is TradFi and what's going on in the repo markets and everything. Because ultimately that's going to determine the liquidity. If we have a liquidity issue, then Bitcoin is going to be a problem. It's going to have a lot of problems. It's going to have a lot of problems. So ultimately, I don't care what, sentiment is and this and that and all these excuses about why Bitcoin goes up or down. Ultimately, it just depends on liquidity from the TradFi industry or market. So if the liquidity is drying up, Bitcoin is going to dry up. Bitcoin is going to continue to drop. I should be doing a video, putting out a video later today or tomorrow, or actually might be Thursday. I might put it out regarding MicroStrategy, because I got to get you guys updated on this. It has been hit hard, very hard. And I'm just forewarning you guys, Bitcoin is going to suffer greatly because of Strategy's demise. Are they going to go like completely kabunk? No, not anytime soon. However, they don't need to. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. They painted themselves in a corner. MicroStrategy has, or Strategy now. Michael Saylor has painted himself in the corner, because what he's going to have to be forced to do is sell a little Bitcoin. And when he does that, it's all over, ladies and gentlemen. Panic will erupt. More selling pressure on Bitcoin. People will lose faith, and they shouldn't. But they've created their faith in Bitcoin based on an outsider, based on Michael Saylor, who just literally got into Bitcoin in 2020. He was talking shit about it. Scottie Pippen put up a tweet. I wish I had it, but he put up a tweet that Michael Saylor put out years ago about Bitcoin being a failure. And there's nothing wrong with being wrong and switching your opinion. Absolutely not. That's a great thing. Shows a sense of intelligence if you pivot. I've pivoted on things like Solana. Used to trash Solana all the time. So there's nothing wrong with that. But inherently, he is just a financier. He's a rent-seeking Wall Street guy. He really doesn't care about Bitcoin. He cares about making money. And so all you guys that's rallying behind this or behind him, thinking that's like pro Bitcoin. No, he's pro making money. He's pro financialization of assets. He's pro the problem. Round of applause. He's the problem. He's exactly what we're trying to get away from. And it's so ironic because Michael Saylor, let me see if I can pull this up. Michael Saylor, ladies and gentlemen, just created, let's see, I don't know where their blog is. Where's their blog? Let's see here. Trying to find their blog. Let's see. Investors, Bitcoin comparison, strategy hub, analytics offerings. Let's go to strategy hub, maybe. No. About strategy. Where is their? Yeah, I don't know where their blog is. Let's try this. Will that come up? Nope. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this strategy. I wanted to show you guys something really quickly. Strategy creates USD reserves. There we go. Press. It was under press. All right, so check this out. I'm gonna do a full video on this. We got David Brumbelow in the building. Yeah, for sure. It will cause Bitcoin to drop, and that's the problem. It's a negative feedback loop. It is not that them servicing their debt is a problem, because they have a low interest rate, and I don't believe most of it isn't even due until 27. Some might be due next year, but that's not the problem. I've told you guys this so many times. The problem is they're going to be forced to sell a little bit of their Bitcoin to keep things, the MNAV and all that stuff, you know, in order. Now, right now, it is at a high, or was at a high discount, meaning they have the market cap of strategy is lower than their assets of Bitcoin they hold. So that is like free money, right? Seriously, you could play that. You could buy strategy and fill the gap, right? Arbitrage that out. But even if that arbitrage does change, you still have an issue. And the issue is they're still going to have to sell some of their Bitcoin, which is going to cause massive issues with the price of Bitcoin. But look at this. This is how you know MicroStrategy or strategy is not really about that life. They're not about Bitcoin only and all that bullshit they talk about. They're really just about making money or taking money. Honestly, it's a fleece. It really is the biggest fleece ever. So they've created, ladies and gentlemen, a $1.4 billion Bitcoin. I mean, USD reserve, not Bitcoin, USD reserve. Dollars? I thought they were all about Bitcoin. No, they're not. They've established a USD reserve to support the payment of dividends on its preferred stock and interest on its outstanding indebtedness or dividends. The USD reserve was funded using proceeds from the sale of shares of Class A common stock under strategies at the market offering program. Blah, 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 blah. So they don't really care about Bitcoin. They just want to keep the Ponzi scheme going. That's really what they want to do ultimately. Just keep the Ponzi scheme going over at strategy. You know, a lot of OGs, I don't know, man. I don't know if the OGs, I don't speak to a lot of them, but I know for myself, I've been very critical of strategy. They're not a benefit to Bitcoin. They're actually trying to co-opt and take over Bitcoin from a price perspective. And that's never good. But the markets will wash them out. Don't worry. Markets will wash them out, in my opinion. They've not come back for the ETF starting price around 46K, but I'm certain they eventually will. When that happens, that's where you could quickly get to 32 again without much effort. I'm hearing that like somewhere in the $12,000, $13,000 Bitcoin price is where they would be in trouble, but we all know they'll be in trouble way before that because it's all about the optics. Yeah, on the balance sheet, that might not be a problem, but the optics, ladies and gentlemen, the optics is what matter. And with a negative MNAV, he will not be able to raise any more capital. Who's going to give him money? That's so stupid. So it was at like 1.11 yesterday or the day before. It's now popped back up a little bit because of the move up. It's up 4% today because of Bitcoin's rally. But once we start getting the parity on the MNAV, it's a wrap. All you got to do is get the parity. You don't have to go any lower than parity. It's a wrap. He will not be able to raise any more capital, and hence he will have to sell Bitcoin to start servicing some of his expenses and debt and all that stuff. But I got off on a tangent. I got off on a big tangent. We should be talking about trading right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we should be talking about. I showed you guys Moonalytics. Nice trade occurred on the lunar cycle signal from November 20th on both Ethereum and Bitcoin. Go back, see that? Boom right there. But if we get back over, I have no trades for you today. We're well into the rally for today. Probably won't have a trade for another day or so. That's how far out we are with the move. The move has expanded very quickly in today's session. So really don't have anything for you for trades. Maybe come back tomorrow and see what we got on the table. All right. But looking very good on the bear market rally. Again, just a stat. Your biggest moves to the upside happens in a bear market. When Sailor sells whenever that is, big cascading dump. Then ETFs start panicking and they sell off. Cascading again. Then the public panic and cascades again. Exactly, Dave. This is what you know this. I've been saying this for the longest, bro. The longest. That's exactly what's going to happen. And so it will cause Bitcoin to go far further down than it normally should have. But to the contrary, Bitcoin would have not gone up as much without MicroStrategy buying. So it's the gift and the curse. It's the yin and the yang. You know, it's the yin and the yang. But I'm not saying that MicroStrategy is going out as far as like collapsing, but it surely is going to collapse Bitcoin price, and it's going to get rough for MicroStrategy as well. It's going to get hella rough for MicroStrategy. So just to reiterate on today's stream, we have, I'm going to zoom out so you can see this. We have right now, we're starting to see some resistance on the 1 hour candle going up and towards that trend line that I was talking about that I think we will get a rejection on. But we are getting close to that area where I think we will start to get a test and a rollover, and then maybe a second test, and then the final rollover before heading a little bit lower and potentially heading to this trend line here out into next week, end of this week, going into next week. This is what I think is going to happen. So if you didn't get in yet, I wouldn't even bother, because we're too close to an area of potential reversal. Now, if you look here, I love this. This is my favorite chart. Crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you look at this chart here, you'll see we have just crossed over last hour. We crossed back over on the green side, which is bullish. But I would not be buying at these levels, because even on this chart, doesn't line up the same way as it does in the Bitcoin chart. But if I draw a trend line across a resistance area right here, and I'm drawing that area because we have pretty much, you know, we've got this area of support and kind of in this area too. We're right there at that point right now, even here, right? This area too. We're right there at that resistance area, which lines up. It's not the same formation, but it's the same concept as far as where it's lining up with Bitcoin and this trend line right here. Areas of resistance we're close to right now. So you just got to be very careful. And, you know, we'll see from there. Even talk or movement towards war will cause a sell-off, and that could cause, listen, MicroStrategy is painting himself into a corner in many facets of his strategy. One being, like, he doesn't account for any bad, unexpected geopolitical issues. You can't plan for perfection. You can't, your strategy can't be, oh, our strategy is if everything goes perfectly fine, we're fine. Like, no shit, Sherlock. What is your plan if things don't go? What's your plan B? What's your plan B? Got to have a plan B and C and D. So it is what it is, guys. Hit that like button, though. Again, I'll be tomorrow. I'll be putting out the stream I had with Blockchain Crusader on MGBX live stream a couple weekends ago, or a couple Fridays ago. We'll put that up tomorrow. I'll put up the analysis on the strategy situation, because it's still glass half full with this strategy situation. You just got to time it right. You got to wait for the blood to seep into the water. then you act like a shark and take advantage of it. But you got to wait. You got to be patient. It's a big, big opportunity for everyone if they're patient with this MicroStrategy situation, because they're going to cause Bitcoin to go like full on capitulation mode. I'm talking 40s, 50s, potentially. And the potential, you know, I try to give, I'm not one of those, yeah, it could go up or it could go down. I'm not one of those individuals, ladies and gentlemen. I have a conviction. So I think we're at about 7% chance to 80% chance we're going to see MicroStrategy force liquidate and cause a lot of issues for Bitcoin going into the new year. I'm at a 75 to 80% likelihood of that happening. So we'll see what happens, though, ladies and gents. We will see what happens. That's pretty much it for today, though. I just wanted to update you guys really quickly on what's going on. Big rally, but the rallies are bigger in a bear market. So keep that in mind. Don't get caught with your pants down. Don't go in there buying at these levels. You have to wait it out and see what the formation looks like, because we got to see, you know, we're right there at critical levels where resistance is upon us, right above us. All right. So keep that in mind. Hit that like button. Share the stream. I'm out of here, people. Holla.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Okay.